Okay, this problem asks us to find the exact value of the cosine of negative 13 pi over 12. We're not going to use a calculator, we're going to use what we know, and we're going to use an identity. We're either going to use an identity for the cosine of alpha plus beta or the cosine of alpha minus beta. So we need to find two angles on our unit circle that we can add or subtract to get negative 13 pi over 12. So if we look at those, we need to find, we can put all of our angles on the unit circle over 12, find that common denominator, so that could help us. So we could take 3 pi over 4, which equals 9 pi over 12, and pi over 3, which equals 4 pi over 12. So if we check negative 9 pi over 12 minus 4 pi over 12, we would have negative 13 pi over 12. So these are the angles we want to use. 9 pi over 12, negative 9 pi over 12, and 4 pi over 12. So what we want to find is the exact value of the cosine of negative 13 pi over 12, which is the same as negative 3 pi over 4 minus pi over 3. Because 3 pi over 4 is 9 pi over 12, pi over 3 is 4 pi over 12. So negative 3 pi over 4 minus pi over 3 is the same thing as negative 13 pi over 12. Now these two angles, negative 3 pi over 4 and pi over 3, we can use our sine and cosine values. We know the exact values from the unit circle of those. So we can use those in our identity for the cosine of alpha minus beta equals cosine alpha cosine beta plus sine alpha sine beta. So what we're looking for is the cosine of negative 3 pi over 4 minus pi over 3. So alpha in this instance is negative 3 pi over 4, and beta is pi over 3. So to use this identity, we need to know the cosine of alpha and beta and the sine of alpha and beta. So let's find those. So the cosine and sine of alpha, where alpha is negative 3 pi over 4. So negative 3 pi over 4 would be the same as 5 pi over 4 on our unit circle. And so the sine and the cosine are both negative square root of 2 over 2. Okay, so we have the cosine of negative 3 pi over 4 is negative square root of 2 over 2, and sine of negative 3 pi over 4 is negative square root of 2 over 2. Now we need to find the cosine and sine of square root of 3, or pi over 3. So the cosine of beta and the sine of beta. So the cosine of pi over 3 is 1/2, and we can get that from our unit circle, and the sine of pi over 3 is square root of 3 over 2. Okay, so here's what we know. We know the sine and the cosine of each alpha and beta, so we can use those in our identity. So the cosine of alpha times the cosine of beta, so negative square root of 2 over 2 times 1/2, plus the sine of alpha sine beta, so negative square root of 2 over 2 times square root of 3 over 2. So we just plugged in the cosine of alpha and beta and the sine of alpha and beta into our identity for cosine of alpha minus beta. Now we just need to simplify. So we have negative square root of 2 times 1 over 2 times 2, which is 4, plus negative square root of 2 times square root of 3, so negative square root of 6, 2 times 3 is 6, over 2 times 2 is 4. So we have negative square root of 2 over 4 plus negative square root of 6 over 4, and we're going to combine this to one fraction. So negative square root of 2 minus square root of 6 all over 4. So that right there gives us our cosine of negative 3 pi over 4 minus pi over 3, which was the same thing as the cosine of negative 13 pi over 12, which is what the original question asked.